Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video.
Welcome back to Sous Vide Everything, guys. Quesadilla, the real comfort food of Tex-Mexican cuisine. That's what I have to say about that. Today, I'm gonna show you my version of it. Check it out.
It is hard to resist an amazing and incredible gooey, crunchy quesadilla just like this. At the same time, it is comfort food and absolutely delicious. Whenever you make quesadilla to your family, it is a guarantee hit. But today we're gonna see if Sous Vide can make it any better. And everything starts off with the cheese, because it is quesadilla after all. You can really use any type of cheese you like, but today I chose these three. The very first one is Monterey Jack. It melts well, it has a wonderful flavor, and I love it. The second one I chose Gruyere, and the very last one is sharp cheddar. These are the three cheeses I chose to make my quesadilla, but you can always use many different other types such as mustard cheese, mozzarella, or even others. Just try to avoid Parmesan cheese and the really dry stuff. One thing that I definitely recommend you not skip is trying to grate your own cheese. Whenever you do that, it actually gives you a much better result. The pre-grade stuff is not the same thing. However, I do understand that it's much more convenient, but at the same time, if you are making quesadilla at home, you want to make something special. If not, you would have just order from Taco Bell. So definitely, if you can, pre-grade your own cheese. I mean, check out the difference. This is pre-grated cheddar cheese. Just by looking at it, you can see that it's not going to be as melty as the one that I just grated. But now that we have all of our cheeses grated, all there's left to do is to mix them well, because our cheese mix is ready for our quesadilla. Talking about that, the next important thing is actually the tortilla. Yes, you can make it at home, but to be honest with you, I think this one works just fine. Now, whenever you're making your quesadilla, the one thing you gotta always remember is to make sure you put plenty of cheese. A lot of the quesadillas made nowadays are just way too little. And like we always say, the more cheese, the better. So don't be shy and add enough. I like to make mine's half moon shape. I feel like that they are much easier to work with. Now, making quesadilla is an art. Here's what a lot of people normally do. They start by first adding a lot of oil to the pan, keeping the heat under medium-high heat, and throw in the tortilla. Once the 5 minutes is up, they go ahead and flip it. Now, here's the big problem I have with this method. Your quesadilla is gonna get extremely oily. As you are cooking it, cheese will automatically release all of their oils. So in my opinion, there's no need to add a crazy amount before actually starting it. But I do understand that a lot of people make it this way. As you can see, by the time it was done, it's nice and cheesy, but it's also extremely greasy. But let me show you the way I normally like to make it. Of course, we start with the same exact method. And as always, add plenty of cheese. Like I said, the more the better. Then I always recommend using a cast iron skillet, and if you have a gas stove, use it. Instead of using 5 pounds of oil, just brush it a little bit with your brush. That should be plenty. Throw in your quesadilla and cook it under medium heat. After exactly 2 minutes, just lower the heat all the way down to low. When it's time to do your first flip, you should have a nice golden brown crust just like this. Now, just in case a lot of cheese falls out, do not freak out. That's actually a plus on my book, because as we lay the quesadilla down, that's going to be an extra bonus, which I'm going to be showing it to you real shortly. Now, here's a technique that I normally use whenever I make quesadilla, and that is to brush the oils of the cheese in the actual quesadilla. This makes my quesadilla extra crispy, and at the same time, I'm not using any extra oil. It all comes from the cheese. Now, when it's time for the flip, check out that little crusty cheese. That is what I'm talking about, my friends. It makes your quesadilla extra good. And as you can see, I like to cook mine nice and slow. Not only am I giving it enough time for the cheese to melt, but also the tortilla to get nice and crunchy. And don't forget, as the cheese keeps releasing all of the oils, keep basting that thing like there's no tomorrow. Because the more you do it, the better it will be. And I mean, take a look at this. You gotta enjoy the process. Just by looking at it, you already know that it's gonna be amazing. That was what I was left with. And come on, the only thing left to do is to give this a try and let you know how it tastes.
If that doesn't put a nice big smile on your face. All right, let me give this a try, because I can't wait for the sous vide version, but hold on. The cheeses is what makes it. You can combine the different cheeses that you enjoy. Make sure you get nice ones that are nice and stretchy. You tell me right now in the comment section if there are people that does not enjoy a quesadilla. Let me know, because they're crazy. It's too good.
Now, to make the quesadilla even better than what it was, these are the steaks I'm going to be using for it. And let me tell you something, these are Japanese Miyazaki A5 WAGYU sirloin steaks. As you can see, they are absolutely perfection. Usually sirloin steaks have no marbling, but as you can see, this is not the case for these. To season them, I kept it pretty simple. I first started with a little bit of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder, nothing else. As always, make sure you season your steak well. Now, the only thing left to do is to bag them up and get them ready for the water bath. Talking about that, I'm cooking these beautiful steaks at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. And I cannot wait to find out how much they are going to elevate my quesadillas.
Now remember, I cooked these beautiful steaks at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. That should give me a perfect medium rare in the middle. They are ready. I am hungry again, even though I eat that quesadilla, and it's time to take it out. Let's do it. One day YouTube will make smell-o-vision and you guys will be able to smell and experience how wonderful and exciting it is to have a piece of meat that you just cooked sous vide and you're gonna try it for the very first time. As you see, this is called the baseball cut, everybody, because you know it looks like a little baseball ball and it's thin at the same time. Now here's the deal. You don't want to pan sear this one unless you don't have any other choice. But the best way to do it is to put a nice fast crust without overcooking. You already know it's my good old flamethrower. That thing is so much fun to use. And at the same time, it saves you dishes, it saves you time, it saves you frustration of the cast iron or whatever it is that you're seeing with not being hot enough. It is amazing. I cannot say more wonderful things about it. However, like always, you do have to pat this dry so that you can get a wonderful sear. But now, I know my steaks don't look that good right now, but watch this. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steak and quesadilla, mama. My lactose intolerant cousin, everybody.
Steak looks beautiful.
Okay, now here's the deal, mama. We have a beautiful steak. We're gonna try it out, this steak, for the very first time. I've never tried it before.
This is not filet mignon?
It looks like a filet mignon, right?
Yeah.
It's called a baseball cut, but it's not a filet mignon.
Okay.
But it should be better than a filet mignon. I don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out. That's why the same steak is inside of the quesadilla.
Okay.
But I want to see the flavor of the steak. I've never had this steak in my life, and I'm excited. You ready, Mama?
Too much talking. Let's get to it.
Exactly. I agree with you. Way too much.
Whoa.
Cuts like a butter.
Whoa. Literally cuts like butter. Like, it feels like this is a hot knife and that's butter. It just goes right through it.
I know. It's crazy. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh. What?
Wow.
What a freak is this?
Wow. Mama, that's crazy.
Oh my God. Guys, this is amazing.
This steak is phenomenal.
The moment it touches your tongue, you can tell that there's something different about it.
Mama, this is a Japanese Wagyu A5 Miyazaki sirloin.
It's incredible,
The
guys.
flavor profile of this steak, unlike a regular ribeye or a New York strip, which I had it before, it's ridiculous.
And you say it's an A5?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Because usually with an A5, it's very rich. Mm-hmm. So you have a little bit, and you're already like,
you're good.
oh, I have it enough. Let me take a break on this.
Not because it's bad, it's
Not
because
it's bad.
it's
It's
too
so
rich.
Too rich. It's very extremely flavorful.
It's 99.9% fat, everybody. What can I tell you? This one, on the other hand.
No, this one, like, I could eat this whole thing and yours.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on, give me.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Now, time for the truth. Are you ready, Mama?
I think you just committed a sin.
I think I did too. I think there are going to be a lot of people upset with me for a good reason. But to my defense, this is only half of one of these steaks separated in two because I sliced it really, really thin. Cheers, everybody. It's an amazing quesadilla. But
the flavor of the steak is lost on
it's lost. Do not put
Don't
the
do it.
steak of this caliber in the quesadilla, everybody. I did not expect this steak to be as amazing as it is, I'm telling you.
It's a good quesadilla though.
That means that quesadilla is freaking delicious. Absolutely delicious. Before we go, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an amazing online community for people like you and me that love to learn. Every time I log in, I get inspired to start new projects. There are so much to learn. Just recently, I started watching Make Fresh Pasta the real Italian way. Learn with Italy because I want to learn more about Italian cuisine. The more classes I take, the more I get inspired to continue cooking for you guys and my family. They have so many different types of classes on illustration, photography, animation, and sometimes I just get lost in the amount of projects I want to take next. It's curated specifically for learning. There are no ads and there are always new classes. It is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. The first 1,000 people to use the link on the description down below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So check them out to start learning some cool stuff today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe for future videos and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. I just found one of my new favorite cuts of steak. This sirloin Japanese Wagyu A5 is amazing. If you have the opportunity to try it, do it. You will thank me later because it is fantastic. Yes, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have put that. But you better believe I'm gonna eat every single piece of this quesadilla and I'm gonna enjoy it. Huh? Mama, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take the steak out of the
You're gonna eat the steak by itself?
I'm gonna try to take the cheese out of it and just eat the steak. It's worth digging a quesadilla for this, guys.
This one might be worth digging it out, everybody. It is an absolutely beast of a steak. That's all I can say. It is a beast.